Hey everybody, Chase Craig here with Own Boise, and today we are going to dive into one of my favorite worksheets for determining whether or not an investment property is a good potential investment for you. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into this hold worksheet. I will provide the link in the comments below, and make sure that you have access to this worksheet. This worksheet, by the way, comes out of a book that you can purchase if you want to find out more. It's called Hold, and basically it's talking about how you can not only find homes, you can buy them, rent them out, and hold them for long-term wealth. And I encourage you to read it further. Also, as you're watching this video, don't just take the information you find here and go invest in real estate without talking to professionals and getting second opinions. I highly recommend you do that. There may be something that we missed here that your property has that this property doesn't. So without further ado, how do you know if you're investing in a good real estate investment? Well, this Hold worksheet is just one of the many tools that we use here at Own Boise to help our clients determine if they're making a great decision in purchasing a real estate investment. So I've got a sample investment. I'm going to show you what it looks like and how to fill this worksheet out based on this sample investment. So I found a four-plex here in Boise, Idaho. Today is May 1st, 2020. So these prices might be way higher, way lower by the time you're watching this. But we've got a four-plex. You can see it's got 4 units, 4 parking spaces, a total of 3,300 square feet. You can see how the units are broke out. We have 4 2-bed, 1 baths. Looks like they're all identical. You've got the actual rent, the projected monthly rent. They are on separate electric and gas meters, which is important. That means that you can have your tenants pay for their own utilities, so you don't have the extra burden of paying utilities as the investor. And I'll talk about that a little bit when we get there. So without further ado, I'm just going to go ahead and dive into this worksheet. So the price is $520,000. This one's been on the market for about 2 weeks now, which is actually a long time in our market. Okay, so list price $520,000. You would put that right in here. As you're filling this worksheet out, you should just be filling out the white sections. The yellow will auto-populate. So let's just say you were able to get a discount on this property, and you got it for $500,000, just for purposes so you can see how it is. You can see that automatically fills out our purchase price. We're going to run this one today with 25% down. So again, you're going to just change this white number and say you got 25% down. That's $125,000. The interest rates today are incredibly low. I'm going to run this at 4.5% for an investment loan. Right now, today, for a single-family residential primary residence, they're about 3% to 3.25%, which is just insanely low. And for investors, they're not much higher, maybe 4.25%. But we're running this at 4.5%. You're going to adjust the length of the mortgage. In this case, it is 30 years. So we're going to leave that put. So you can see your monthly mortgage payment for principal and interest only is $1,900. So now we need to get the rest of these in here. Now I happen to know this area really well, and I believe that those 2-bed, 1 baths with our rental market the way it is, I think you could probably get $1,000 a piece. If you wanted to test that on your own, you could call property managers. You could look into Zillow and Craigslist and see what homes are actually renting for that are similar to that. See what the asking price is, call them, see if they have applications, or just call a property manager and ask them what they think. We're going to run this one based on $1,000 for each one, and you can see this auto-populates, which is just awesome for this spreadsheet. It auto-populates everything that you need. So each unit's identical. We're going to run them all at $1,000 a piece. We have a total gross rental income of $4,000, $48,000 annually. The vacancy rate is 5%. Now you can adjust this number, and what the vacancy rate is, it's the amount of time that those rental units will be vacant for the year. And really what you would be looking at is maybe someone's transitioning out and you have a new tenant transitioning in and there's a gap in time. you want to be protected and prepared for that gap in time. So our vacancy rate in Boise right now is about 2.5 to 3%. It's very, very, very low. So you should be able to keep that number pretty low. We're gonna go and put a 5% vacancy rate in here, and you can see what that's doing is taking your annual rental income and lowering it by 5%. So you're prepared for that. All right. The property management fees. Now, this number out to the side, if you're going to manage it yourself, there are no fees. If you're going to be hiring a property manager, they're going to be somewhere between 5 and 10% of the monthly rental income that they collect. That's how they get paid. So I'm going to put 7% in here, and depending on how many units you have, you can negotiate that number down. I know some people that have quite a few units, and they're as low as 4%. So 7% is what we're going to use. The leasing costs, typically you can get the tenant to pay any leasing fees. So if your property manager charges leasing fees, I would encourage you to have them charge the tenant, not you. Maintenance reserve. This particular property was built in 1975, so it's very likely that there will be some repairs. Obviously, we'd have to dig in further to find that out as we're purchasing it and doing our due diligence. We want to find out, is the furnace new? How old's the roof? Air conditioning units, other appliances, flooring, all that kind of stuff. We're really going to want to see what we're looking at. Now, a good number that I like, you've got $4,000 a month in rental income. I prefer to have about 10% per month set aside for that rainy day. The furnace blows up, it's $4,000, or the AC, it's $4,000. You just want to be prepared for that. So with it being 10% of that $48,000 total, we'd have $4,800 annually. Now, utilities, we already went over that. There's a separate gas and electric meter on this one, so you're going to have the tenant pay for their own utilities in this scenario. If you had to pay the utilities yourself, what I would encourage you to do is find out from the previous owner what the average monthly cost was for utilities over the last 12 months, and then add that onto your rent, or have your tenant pay that separately. So if you were offering a unit at $1,000 and the utilities were about $50 a month, you would offer it $1,000, and then you'd let them know as part of the lease they need to pay an additional $50 a month for utilities. So that's just a way that you can get them to pay that, so you're covered. All right, property taxes. You would want to get with your real estate professional to find this out. You can also find it on the local assessors. This particular one's $56.17 per year, so we'll plug that in. Insurance, easy. Call your insurance provider, whoever does your homeowner's insurance, and have them give you a bid. With this four-plex, I'm just going to guesstimate it's about $1,000 per year to insure that property. This would be HOA, if there is an HOA. With this particular one, I don't see it handy, but we'll just assume there is no HOA, which means you're going to have to maintain the property on your own. So that'd be something you'd want to be aware of. All right, so we've got HOA at 0. We have a net operating income before our mortgage of $2,582.58. With our mortgage, we're at $1,900 a month. Our cash down was $125. By the way, there's a repair section I skipped over up here. Cost of repairs to make ready. Let's just go ahead and pump in another $5,000 there. Just assume that we had to do something, replace some carpet or whatever. So now you can see we got 125 down plus the 5, that's $130,000 down. We have a net cash flow of $682.51 for this particular rental. So that pretty much hits on all your potential expenses there. And you can see this is just easy. All you got to do is plug in the numbers, and if you don't know them, hopefully I gave you the resource to find all those numbers. Now this is what's interesting. I've added this to my worksheet. Cash on cash return. So all I've done is added this cell, so C41 divided by B40. So C41 is my total net cash flow divided by my amount of cash placed in. So with my $130,000 making the $682 a month, I'm getting 6.3% on my cash. Now this is where it's really interesting right now. With interest rates as low as they are, putting more cash down might actually adjust this number downward. Let's go ahead and change that real quick just so you can see. If I put 100% down, meaning I paid cash for this property, you can see I'm making $2,582 a month, $505,000 total. My cash on cash returns actually slightly lower because before it was a little bit higher. Now it's 6.14%. So you can see how, if you're looking to invest, let's say you had $500,000 to invest, what would be better? Would it be better to buy one of these for $505,000 cash, or maybe buy 3 or 4 or 5 of them and spread that down payment around? That's the real question that you got to ask yourself. So today we were just going over how to fill out this worksheet. I'm going to do another video later where we go into the return on investment analysis, which is why real estate is such a great investment. We'll dive into that later, and you can manipulate these numbers. We'll talk about the appreciation rate, the rental appreciation rate, and then of course the cost of sale. So I hope you found this video valuable. You can always reach out to us at the Own Boise team here at Keller Williams Realty Boise. All of my team knows exactly how this worksheet works, and we can fill it out on your behalf, or we can give you the resources to fill it out on your own so you can check your own rental properties. There's so much more you need to know when it comes to investing in real estate. This is just a great way for you to find out what the returns might look like. And what we want to deal with is facts, not emotions. So if you feel like it's a good rental property, that's great. Let's get the facts in, put it into this worksheet. What's it spit out at the end? I can't tell you how many times I have used this in the past 2 years for investors who are looking to purchase real estate, and that number of cash flow is negative. It's incredible how little I think the average investor really understands what they're getting into. So again, I hope this has been helpful for you. Thanks so much for watching. If you know someone that could would appreciate videos like this, please share it with them. Please subscribe for future videos. I will do a video breaking down that return on investment analysis for you. And yeah, have a great day.